Well, I think the first thing we need to say is that there was far too much outsourcing of responsibility. Elected representatives don't like to be accountable anymore to the people that elect them, and instead they tend to outsource things. And we saw that in a really significant way, elevating Sage to an almost deistical position, and then not making the decisions. You see, these comments that were really damaging to science and freedom, like we're following science, are really reprehensible because, science is a method of inquiry, but policy decisions, what you do about any advice is key. And that outsourcing and us being told all these things by Mr. Vallance and Mr. Whitty, I think the elected representatives must be held accountable. Grant Shapps in that article may well have done the things he said, but he also advocated travel bans, separating vaccinated and unvaccinated. And also he said in there something very telling. He said, we didn't have a plan at the start. That's utterly untrue because the pandemic strategy, which was very, very significant, had been developed over many years, was there, and it was jettisoned. We employed something that has never been done before. There were warnings about the terrible implications and the consequences. They were done. We were run roughshod. And we have both a problem at the level of what it means for freedom and this attempt to nudge and coerce us into things as we go down the line. And, the Together Declaration, we're saying no more. We've got a couple of campaigns about that at the moment.
Well, just on that, there is a question about the future. These aren't yesterday's battles, they're tomorrow's battles too.
These measures that now have no scientific foundation, right? They're attempts to look like you're doing something. Let's look like we're doing something, rather than the efficacy of actually thinking sensibly how you treat any particular situation. I'm very concerned with this idea that the public are to be suffocated, silenced, nudged, treated with contempt. Where's the open debate? We need a full cost-benefit analysis before we make any decisions that are very significant, not whipping MPs 5 minutes before a vote or any of that kind of stuff. We still also have legislation in the Public Health Act that means you can implement lockdowns. I think all of these things need to be addressed. But obviously people today are very concerned about the cost of lockdown crisis, the NHS. And as you say, it's coming down the line. That's why we've got two big campaigns, Axe the Tax and What's the Plan? And we've invited Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak to respond to them.
And people can see details of that online. I'm sure they can.